This driver could be one of the straightest drivers ever made, and it's from a brand I've not seen for a long time, Yonex. This feels like a bit of a walk down memory lane. I'm not sure, and I'm sure someone will correct me, if I've ever tested a Yonex driver before. At Yonex back in the day, certainly when I was an assistant pro, we're talking 10, 15 years ago, Yonex was everywhere, really popular, certainly because of graphite shafts. They're always super expensive, as is this driver, we'll come on to that in a minute, but very much geared towards maybe slower swing speeds. But you also had some great success out on tour, like famously Colin Montgomery was sponsored by Yonex and a few other real big tour stars in the day. Now, this driver, I'll be honest, has randomly appeared here at the studio, and it comes off, I think, the back of a conversation we had in the podcast.
There has been a driver called GT.
Oh, was there?
Do you want to guess?
Olamar.
Let me have a think. GT.
Howson.
Nope.
Hippo.
Nope. Linked with tennis a little bit.
Wilson.
Yonex.
Yonex.
Is Yonex GT, eh? We're talking about the new Titleist drivers, which will be reviewed and coming to the channel soon, and they're called Titleist GT drivers. We're saying I don't know a driver that's called GT. Well, Yonex were like, hold on a minute, because this is called the E-Zone GT driver. And I must admit, I mean, the head cover you saw a minute ago, that looks pretty cool. It's actually very, very similar to the Kirkland signature head cover over there with the white, red and black, my favourite colours anyway, it looks great. And underneath, we've got this Yonex E-Zone GT. I mean, it looks really good. It's been inspired, in my opinion, by a lot of other different drivers. Let's hit a shot and then we'll come on to the technology story, because there's something on the driver face here that's been tried before, but not to this degree. We'll come on to that. Right, let's hit an opening tee shot with the E-Zone. I'm excited to hit this. Very tacky grip. Wow, that's a really good grip. Okay, 9 degrees. This is just in a stiff flex shaft. Like I say, we're always trying to aim for about 280 yards of carry. Okay, it wasn't my best strike, but as I said at the start of the video, could this be one of the straightest drivers ever made? Well, I'll tell you what, that was a really strong start. Right, let's talk a little bit about the technology. I'm going to start off with the club face first, because on the face here, it's very hard to pick up even on the close-ups, are these vertical grooves. Very, very fine, almost etched into the face of vertical grooves. And if you think about it, the purpose of grooves is to create spin on the golf ball. With this being more vertical, straight down, it's supposed to eliminate side spin. If you eliminate side spin, you hit the ball straighter. Many years ago, I tested a driver, a vertical grooved driver, which was very obvious vertical grooves. It didn't work, in my opinion. This, with its very you can feel it when you run your finger across the face from toe to heel. You can actually feel the slight grooves just etched in. That's going to be interesting. I'll look at the spin numbers in a bit. So you've got the vertical grooves. You've also got a carbon crown, which kind of looks almost tailor-made stealth to a degree, this kind of crown. I like the fact it's a matte finish. It's a really smart looking head, to be honest. It's a good head shape, even behind the golf ball. It's a really nice shape. And you've just got that kind of red, almost border going all the way around from the toe to the heel, which looks really striking as well. And underneath, really looks like the Nike VR Pro driver with this kind of red accent here through the middle. This is basically a chamber. Strike speed carbon, as Yonex have called it, and this is really to engineer the speed across the face as much as possible. And also you've got these sidewall panels, the walls at the back of the head, optimize weight distribution, so ball flies straight, even off-centered hits. And now price wise, I actually don't know the exact price. They've sent this through in a box with no real literature. We've had to do a bit of research online, and when we've looked, there are going on for sale and not actually officially out just yet, but they're on sale at the moment for £600. It's what we found online. If it's different, I'll put the price here below if we find out before this video goes live. One thing I did want to check is the actual loft, because you can actually change it, as you can with many drivers. This is 9 degrees, but what does it actually go up and down to? So it goes down by 1.5 degree, up by 1.5 degree, and you can also put it in upright setting. Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to keep it in standard 9 degrees. Look at that one. I mean, it's definitely got a bit of side spin on it, but it has found dead. I mean, talk about dead straight. Come on, come on. I mean, that's one of the straighter drives I've hit again. I mean, the thing is, this is a conforming driver, so it's not as if there's some magic in here that only makes it go straight. It's surely just to enhance that straightness. Two were great, don't get me wrong. Not the longest yet, but I mean, they were absolutely down the middle of the fairway. Oh, a little bit too much fade. Not horrendous. That would be clutching at straws, but right side of the fairway, maybe just running into the rough. Bit of a better hit though, more centered strike. I mean, so far, I mean, 3 shots there. The thing that I'm noticing, this driver feels good. It looks very good. I think towards the end of this video, I'm going to give a bit of a summary of whether Yonex is potentially a driver you should consider. Like, honestly, I've not heard of Yonex for ages. I feel like they've really fallen off the face of the earth, but obviously they're making good product. Is it worth putting up against a TaylorMade or a Titleist or a Ping, Callaway, etc.? I mean, the numbers have to be worth it, definitely, but this feels and looks so good. I mean, I'm purposely trying to hit a fade at the moment anyway, and these are definitely fading almost every time. These aren't terrible outcomes. Let's see if we can just strike one that little bit better. I feel like they've all been just marginally off the bottom of the head. For the fact they're not middle strikes, solid results. I feel like just a little bit higher strike would unlock a little bit more distance. Like that. Just like that. There we go. Get on that middle line. I mean, come on. 301 yards and that close to straight. I'd say that every day. Okay, enough talking. I'm going to smash a few now. Let's see what it can really do, this driver. That one every now and again just drops in. Okay, so it's not been all perfect. There's a few starting to drift offline. Let's picture the scene. I'm down the 18th hole. I've got to find the fairway. Does this driver fill me with confidence to find that fairway? Do those vertical grooves work? Little tiny fade. A little bit too much. I'd probably take it. It's not horrendous. That'd be right side of the fairway. Right, let's dive into some numbers. Okay, I've got to say I'm impressed. I am. Is it a magic wand? No. Let's be honest, no driver is. However, a lot of the shots there in testing, I hit fairly straight. I'm trying to hit that little fade at the moment, and a lot of the shots did what they should do. Some of them slightly over faded, which I do with any driver, and I hit 2 that went almost straight left. However, as a collection of shots, I think I would have hit quite a lot of fairways with this driver. If we look at the numbers, carry 271, not ridiculously long, total distance 292. A couple of factors that I was actually swinging it a little bit slower today, not quite swinging my maximum kind of 110, 112 miles per hour. This was actually swinging about 109 miles per hour. So that might have influenced the carry distance a touch. Spin rate 2,500 RPM on average, good numbers. Launch angle's good for 12.4 degrees. Ball speed just below average, but match it up with the club head speed, etc. Solid numbers, honestly. Is it the secret, these kind of vertical grooves? I think it's going to have a very, 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 very small influence. But the other thing is what it does to you internally. Like, if you know that you've got a driver that is designed with these vertical grooves to help you hit the ball straighter, potentially that might just give you that placebo effect you are looking for. Is Yonex worth trying? Definitely worth trying. Is it going to be as good as Titleist, Callaway, Ping, TaylorMade, etc. It's down to you as a golfer, but it's definitely one to consider if you're looking for something a little bit different. Guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. A lot more videos coming from H.I.T. And that was Yonex. And I'll be honest, I was very impressed.